Hello and welcome to this video where we shall be talking about overriding methods. So let's jump right in. This is going to be a fairly quick video, fairly simple concept. You can get a bit more advanced with this when you start, well, I don't want to scare you right now, but overriding a particular method that's static and blah 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 blah. Anyhow, let's get going. So what we're going to do from here on is we've got this basic class, this basic, concrete class, and what we're going to do is we're going to add two more classes. So new class, we'll just call this animal. This is such a simple example and concept that goes around the web quite a lot. So if we've got dog, let's just say extends animal. We're going to say that animal is the base class or the parent class, superclass, whatever you would like to call it, and then the child class we're going to have dog. In dog we're going to have, what does a dog do? We're just not going to let it do too much. We're just going to say, okay, don't return anything, but we want the dog to move. So we're going to say system.out println dog, the dog is walking. So the dog's walking, brilliant. And animals can also move. So animals sometimes move. Right, and what we're going to do in here is we're going to say animal A or animal 1 equals new animal. Create the object. Animal reference to the object. Animal 2. I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to say it and it's just getting confusing. Animal reference, but we're referencing the dog. New dog. Cool. Right. So what we're going to do now is A1 dot, and we get the suggestions from IntelliJ. Wonderful. Move. And the dog, not the dog, the animal's going to move. We can do 2 dot move, and this should produce animals sometimes move, the dog is walking. And let me figure out why. Well, can you figure out why it does this? And it does. Amazing. So basically in this example I'm showing you right now, you can see that even though we're creating an object animal 1 equals new animal, which makes sense, right? We're referring to that particular, class here, and we're creating an object from this blueprint. And what's going on here right now is when we go to animal 2 and we're saying new dog, it's going to go into here. It's also going to pick up, whatever is in here, but we're overriding this particular move with this one here. You'll generally see sometimes in a class, or if you're searching for methods, there'll be a ton of methods with the same name, and the reason for this is it's not so much overriding methods, but it's more different parameters that can go in that particular method. So look out for those, they're very useful. But what's actually happening here is in compile time, the JVM, which we've gone over, the Java Virtual Machine, is doing a check, and that check is made on the reference type, which we're kind of saying on here, without the comment, that is. However, in this particular, runtime being runtime when it runs, the JVM is basically figuring out which object or which type of this particular method to run. So it's basically saying, okay, we have an animal. We're going to, store a reference in here on the heap. Sorry, not on the heap. We're going to store the particular object on the heap. We're going to create a reference to the heap with 1. We're going to create a new animal. We're going to get it in here, and then we're going to go back down here, animal, create another object. But we're saying here, create a dog. We want a new dog to this particular animal. So it's going to give us an animal, but as soon as it gets loaded, we're going to override the move method with the dog is walking, which basically, layman's terms, it's just getting overridden. So yeah, that's pretty much that's it pretty much for overriding methods. There's a few rules to this, like a method declared final cannot be overridden because it's constant. A method declared static cannot be overridden. but can be redeclared, and that's what I talked about at the start of this video. So do have a look into that. Bit more trickier, but you get the hang of it. Leave a comment if that does get a bit overwhelming, and I'll do my best to help out with that. A subclass within the same package of the instance of the superclass can override any superclass method that is not declared private or final. So as I was saying, when you get that nice drop down indicating that you have a bunch of methods, do look into that. Constructors cannot be overridden. You can have multiple ones. It's a little trickier, so you can do stuff like that. So check my multiple, see what we're working with here. My keyboard shortcuts for the IntelliJ have gone a bit weird since I haven't been doing them. I haven't used IntelliJ this week, and for some reason I've forgotten it. But yeah, you can have multiple constructors. Basically, all you got to do is use the same name, put different arguments in the particular constructor. So with a constructor, you'd have something like public animal, and then you'd have int legs, and you just have something like that. Pretty neat. So that's how basically you have multiple constructors. Good rule of thumb for this: basically all your constructors should have a, go through some common choke point, some sort of output that is very similar. Make sure to not have too many complexities when it comes to this sort of stuff. But yeah, that's kind of it. Hopefully that was helpful. Remember, if you got a comment, drop one below. And remember to follow me on Twitter at Karl Hadwin, KarlHadwen. And one last tip when it comes to the constructors: consider using the builder pattern. That's very, very helpful. It allows you to set like default parameters on your default values on your parameters, and initialize your parameters in a clear and concise way. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Do drop a comment if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to help you out, either through YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. It's all in the description. And please subscribe if you enjoyed this video and it was helpful. So yeah, that's it for now. Have a nice day.